All right, guys, so we are going to focus on the internal structures of organisms to allow for adaptations. So we know that the environment is always changing and that organisms have to be able to adapt to survive and able to reproduce. So the first internal structure that we're going to talk about is the skeleton. The skeleton allows organisms to survive better in their environment, and it is an internal structure that has been adapted. So, for example, birds tend to have a very hollowed or porous skeleton. Can you think of why this would be such a good adaptation for birds? I want you to write this in your Cornell notes because we're going to discuss it tomorrow. So, how do you think having hollow or porous bones would be a beneficial adaptation to birds? Now, in some other birds, other skeletal adaptations have occurred. Like for the mockingbird, they have actually adapted an extra pair of ribs that allows support for their very large and strong breast muscles because of them using their wings so fast and constantly flying. So you can see where a regular bird has longer ribs, a hummingbird has a much stronger breastbone. Breathing. We know that fish must extract oxygen from the water in order to survive. So over time, they developed gills, which allows them to breathe underwater. Water is taken into the mouth and it passes over the gills, which can exchange oxygen for carbon dioxide. So with organisms moving to the sea to live, they had to develop a way to breathe under the water, and that is an internal structure, is gills. So let's talk about feeding. Plants use photosynthesis to produce their own food. Well, animals can't do this to survive, so animals have to resort to eating plants or eating other animals. And we have adapted our internal structure to help with this process. So the best example would be a cow. Cattle have adapted a forced stomach section that processes vegetation like grass very effectively. Grass is extremely hard to digest. Most of the time, like even salads and things, if they haven't already been broken down by heat for cooking, our body tends to just pass them through that. Well, if that's all you eat, you're not getting the nutrients. So cows adapted a 4-chamber stomach to fully break down grass and get all the nutrients out of it that they could. Crocodiles, on the other hand, have also adapted to have an extremely strong stomach acid, which allows the stomach acid to dissolve bones of the animals that they swallow whole. Reproduction can also be a part of an internal structure. Some species are able to reproduce or have adaptations, like a female hummingbird. They have adapted to only having one ovary at maturity. This way, they can still reproduce, but they actually are saving weight by not having that extra ovary. So let's answer some questions about adaptations. Adaptation is essential for a species to survive in a changing environment. Is this statement true or false? Make sure you write the question down in your notes. It's true. Okay, question 2. Again, make sure you write the question. Which of the following is not an internal structure adaptation of an organism? Is it A, the hummingbird's oversized breastbone to support the large wing muscles? B, the elongated organs in snakes to fit the body shape? C, antifreeze glycoprotein in the blood of an Antarctic toothfish to stop its body from freezing? Or D, skin used as a wing by a bat, which allows them to fly? The correct answer is D. Because our skin is on the outside of our body, it is not an internal adaptation. So in this presentation, you have now know what an internal structure is and how that specific function allows that animal to adapt. So go back and rewind if you need any help, and make sure that you do have those questions and you do have the answer to why you think birds have hollow bones. And I'll see you tomorrow.